Okay, we're gonna move into percents now. So 50%. The word per cent, right here. Per cent. Per means to divide, cent means 100. So I can replace the division symbol with division by 100, which is 1 divided by 100. That's division by 100. So 50 over 100, of course, is equal to 1/2. Well, let's start back here. This is 50%. It's equal to 50 over 100. That simplifies to 1 over 2, and it also simplifies to 0.5. So here we have a percent and a fraction and a decimal. Now, let's look at this another way. If I said 50% like this, and I had, let's put something fairly easy here, something you can do in your head, okay? So I'm making what's called equivalent fractions. So the fraction 50 over 100 is 50%, and I want to make that equal to something over 6. So we're really asking, what is 50% of 6? Well, you know that, because if I did 3 over 6, you can just do this by guess and check. That's the same thing as 50 over 100, because each of those is half, right? So it simplifies, and we have a true statement. So the question that would be asked for this is, what is 50% of 6? I'll write that here. Okay. Now, the setup that I use, given these types of problems, is always like this. And you'll see in the book or in other resources that not everyone does it this way. I just like it because I like doing the problems the same way every time. Now, I have this called a ratio. So a number over a number is a ratio. And when I set that equal to another fraction, it's called a proportion. And I always do these proportions. I do percent problems with proportions, and I set them up the same way every time. I make a fraction equals a fraction, and I put the 100, the percent divided by 100 over there. Now there are 3 places I need to fill in, right? I need this one, and this one. They're gonna give me 2 of those in every problem, and I'm gonna find the 3rd. So what are they asking me to find? Well, here, what percent? So that becomes the x. Just like in here where I had the 50% above the 100, now I have an I don't know above 100. So 81 is what percent of 75? So let's go back and look at this one. What is 50% of 6? So this was of 6 right here, right? So a common mistake would be to go, oh, 75 divided by 81. But this one's not, that's not what they're asking. It's not always the small number on top. 81 is what percent of 75? Of 75. So where does that 75 go? It goes here. Right now, I'm left with only one spot. What is that? That is, let's do this in, oh gosh, I don't know, 81. Okay, now 81 over 75 is equal to x over 100. And I'll rewrite that into something a little bit nice. Okay, here we go. I'm going to multiply by the 100. That'll make this go away. Now, really, I wanted to multiply by the LCD of 7,500, but I didn't want to get my numbers look too crazy big, so I just left it like this. I'm going to change 100 into 25. I know that you guys would just be grabbing your calculator right now. I know that. But somehow I feel compelled to continue. Okay, that's 4 times 25. That's 3 times 25. The 25s cancel. Okay, does 3 go into 81? Yes, it will, but I'm going to show you. Okay. 3 goes into 81. Let's just do it over here on the side. So it goes in there twice, and that's 6, and I take it away, and that's 7. 3 goes into 81, 27. Okay, now this is really just a little sidetrack in mental math. What do I have? 4 times 27, that's like 4 quarters. That's like 4 times 25. Well, that's $1, but actually I had 27. So I still need to add 4 more sets of 3, so I get 12 more, so 112. Okay, May or may not have done that arithmetic right, but that's the idea. Of course, you would grab your calculator. I really want to emphasize this setup. That's what we're doing right now. Okay.